Hey, for ESPN.com Fantasy, Matthew Berry, the talented Mr. Roto, alongside with Heather Ankeny. It is ESPN News Fantasy 350. It's fantasy football time already, Heather.
Yes, it is. I can't believe it.
I know. It's very exciting. So rankings are coming out. People are looking at their draft boards. LT number one, obviously. So
Sure.
the question becomes, who's number two?
Number two, for me, Steven Jackson.
Okay, not Larry Johnson. Why is that?
No, not Larry Johnson. You know what? Jackson's coming off a huge year this year. 1,600 yards, 16 TDs last year. This year, I think it's just going to be a continuation of last year. Johnson's riddled with problems in KC. Shields retired. Edwards came out and announced that he is actually limiting Johnson's touches. Not to mention they're playing huge run-stuffing Ds like Chicago, Minnesota. Jackson's number two for me.
All right, so does Johnson fall to three then?
Well, of course, Johnson falls to three.
Right, all right. So you're not crazy. He is still Larry Johnson at the end of the day. All right, so then we get into some questions at four. Sean Alexander's still there. Frank Gore is still there. Who do you like at four?
You know what? They're both still there, but number four for me is Willie Parker.
Okay.
Another great year last year. He is the man in Pittsburgh. There's no one else that they're going to. Last year, over 1,700 yards, 16 TDs. I like Willie Parker.
All right, and I think Willie Parker likes you. All right. So here's my question. So then we move to number five. Who's number five for you?
Well, I'm sure your number five is Sean Alexander, Matthew, but number five for me is Joseph Adai. Again,
defend yourself.
I am defending myself. He lost Dominic Rhodes. That's huge. Combined last year, they had 2,200 yards, over 2,200 yards. Joseph Adai is getting the ball. Joseph Adai is running the ball. Joseph Adai is getting you fantasy points this year. Mark my words.
Do you get paid every time you say Joseph Adai's name?
I do.
Well done. You just cashed in that check. Right. Nice job. All right. So now that we move out of your top five and we move over to some of the question marks that are coming on. We start in Denver. Always question marks with the running backs in Denver, right? So Shanahan goes out in the season. He gets Travis Henry. Is this Shanahan finally committing to a running back?
No.
Okay.
When does Shanahan commit to a running back? In the last 4 years, he's had 8 starting running backs. I don't trust Shanahan when he says so-and-so is starting. I don't believe him. I really don't trust him. Right up until the day before the game, he's saying who's starting, and then maybe that person doesn't start. Yeah,
spoken like a former Denver running back owner. Yeah, no, Shanahan has burned me as well. I hate Shanahan.
I love Shanahan.
Well, you're wrong. He's the devil.
Look, I love Shanahan. I just don't like him when it comes to running backs.
All right, fair enough. All right, let's move on to New York now. Tiki Barber retires. Brandon Jacobs is, I don't even know what that was.
I'm sad. I love Tiki Barber. I love watching. I'm a huge Tiki Barber fan. I'm bummed.
No, I think a lot of people were. Yeah. Brandon Jacobs takes over now. So you tell me, what is Brandon Jacobs' fantasy value? Is this a guy you like this year?
I think you're right. I don't think Brandon Jacobs is taking over. I don't think Brandon can fill the shoes that Tiki Barber had. Brandon is great inside the 5. He's powering in there. He's a hoss. He can get in there. But between the 20s, Brandon Jacobs isn't doing anything for me. He's not going to touch the ball 25 times a game. That's what they got Reuben Drones for. If you've got Brandon Jacobs on your squad, you are pulling your hair out every week and praying that Drones goes down inside the 5.
That is, of course, assuming you have hair.
Which I do.
Right, I know. All right, thanks for, I know, that was subtle. Sweet. All right, so now we talk about rookie running backs. Everyone always loves the rookies, kind of the sexy. Sleepers, right? So who is your rookie running back that you're watching this year?
Well, unlike probably most everybody else and yourself included, I'm actually going with Marshawn Lynch this year.
All right, the Buffalo Bills running back. Why do you like him over Adrian Peterson?
Well, number one, he's got the starting job already. Adrian Peterson has to split time with Chester Taylor, and Chester Taylor had a really big year last year. Number two, he's playing in Buffalo. Buffalo's cold. He's going to be getting the ball, and they've got quarterback problems.
Yeah, they're going to want to control the offense there.
Absolutely. Yeah. Marshawn Lynch.
Yeah, you know what? You've convinced me on Marshawn Lynch.
Really?
All right, yeah, actually, you have.
The talented Mr. Roto?
Yeah, believe it or not, you've sold me on Marshawn Lynch. All right, for Heather Ankeny, I am Matthew Berry. This is ESPN News Fantasy 350. Be sure to check both of us out on ESPN.com. Now back to you.